9%. That's the highest since Conservative voters got sick of the fake Liberals under Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull. Remember that? Joining me is One Nation leader Pauline Hanson. Pauline, great to see you again. How do you explain this surge in support right now? Is it the sign the Conservatives are again sick of the Liberals?
Look, I believe they are. They haven't put across clear policies, especially leading into the election. You know, we address issues about cutting $90 billion out of the budget every year to put more money in the pockets of Australians. We're addressing the taxation, looking after pensions, self-funded retirees, middle income splitting in the households. We've addressed many issues too. Andrew, I've raised over the years, period of time, about multiculturalism, immigration, COVID-19, the voice, all these issues in industries, manufacturing, the farming sector, the dairy industry, the live sheep export, everything that I've done, I've actually led the way with my policies and my views. I'm a conviction politician. The Liberals always seem to follow in my wake. But the people there are starting to wake up. They're fed up with the major political parties. That's why 35% of the people didn't vote for the major political parties. I'll tell you something, Andrew. You know, we're sitting at 9%, which is up 50% from the election. We've won 11 seats in the 9 years that I have been here, back in Parliament since 2016. We've actually won 11 seats in state and federal politics and a couple of council elections on top of that as well. We now have the same number of senators as what the National Party has, and they've been around for, 50 or 60 years. I'm going to drive this party, Andrew, because one day I want one nation to take government. I'm fed up with the major political parties. I'm fed up where this country is, the moral decline, the loss of our standard of living, the policies that they're doing. There is no conviction politicians, no one that's patriotic to this country and driving the issues that I see that future generations are going to be paying back a debt and will be living in third world conditions.
Well, I think the take out here, the conviction politician thing, I think no one could say that about the Liberals at all at the moment. I mean, they seem totally adrift. Now, harsh critics have said that Susan Lee, the new leader, is Malcolm Turnbull in a skirt. Maybe that's going too far, I don't know. How do you get on with her? How are you rating her leadership so far?
I don't. Look, Susan's a nice woman, by all means, but she's not a Conservative to me. She's too far on the left. I actually had dinner with her, and I actually said to her face, I said, sorry, Susan, you won't last the distance. You won't be there at the next election. And I said, you might prove me wrong. She said directly to me, well, then I'll prove you wrong. I don't believe she will be there for the long term, and especially she won't be as leader of the Conservative Party of the Liberals leading into the next election. I see a lot of the Liberals there are moderates. Andrew, when I can put up a bill that I want a Senate inquiry into gender dysphoria and what is happening with these puberty blockers and kids having these operations and bits and pieces cut off, do you know that they were kicking and screaming in the beginning, not even to vote. They wouldn't even support it. They all left the chamber. That was necessary for the parents to have their say, what was happening to their children. They can't even face that. They're flat out facing the fact of defending the female sector and this transgender rubbish that's going on at the moment. Or kids in the educational system told you can choose whether you want to be a boy or a girl. How can you stand back and see this going on and not speak up against it?
Pauline Hanson, you also got bad news today, yesterday. The polls were great, but the bad news is that, all right, you had a great result of the last election. You now have 4 senators, which is incredible achievement from given, the criticism you had to take and all that. But one of them is former hostage negotiator and soldier Warwick Stacey, who's now told you he's had to quit for health reasons. That's got to disappoint you because he seemed a good get for you. What is the problem?
Yeah.
Is it a real health issue, or has he had second thoughts about politics?
No, definitely issue. It is a health issue, Andrew. I was devastated when he phoned and told me that he had to step down from the position as senator, and because with his background in defence, and he was looking forward to going to Senate estimates, questioning the department plus the minister, and his knowledge and experience in this area, I feel for Warwick, and his wife, I believe, is not in very good health either. So he's upset having to step aside, but we still hold the seat. So I will be replacing him with another One Nation member of Parliament. So we still hold the seat, Andrew. But to Warwick, I do wish him all the best in the future with his health, and I hope his condition. That's not for me to tell you what his health issues are. That's a personal matter. That's up to Warwick. But it was definitely health issues.
Yes, well, if it's as serious as I have heard via someone else, then I too wish him the best. And it's just trouble. Sad for him, sad for you, and we shall see who you come up with. Pauline Hanson, thank you so much indeed for your time.